Okay, little Dashy, say hello. You happy now? Okay, let me get back to work. Well, everybody knows what time it is. It's retards beyond measure time with the knucklehead spinning ball people. Well, I was watching this one guy, he has 76,000 viewers, and was reporting on Antarctica melting at an alarming rate. And I commented back and I told him that they've been talking about this for 25 years. I said, where's all the water? Well, anyway, I told them that it's a wall of ice, it's not a continent, and the powers to be will do anything they can to stop us from learning the truth, what's over that ice ring. I said, and even maybe they're trying to copy our Lord. Maybe they're melting a part of the ring somewhere and trying to flood out the earth, because the Lord did it when the great flood came. The windows of heaven opened up and the water came down. And he was talking about the ozone layer. It's getting bigger and bigger since the late 80s. And I commented back saying, well, if that's the case, this thing should be so big, we all should be like dead by now. I said, there's no hole up there. Like I said, the only hole that was up there is when our Lord opened the windows and the great water, all that water came down. And water is a powerful thing. If you want to save yourself from radiation, there's three things that can save you: gold, lead, and water. But you would need a lot of water. And I remember watching an old Western movie on John Wayne, because my wife likes John Wayne. She says he's like the greatest actor for Westerns. And I said, I don't know. I said, if he's on TV, he's probably a Freemason. And besides, he sounds like Popeye. Well, anyway, there was a movie, I think he was in Africa, and he had this farm. And there was millions and millions of ants invading, killing the people. And the only way he killed the ants is he broke open this dam and killed all the ants. Well, anyway, I remember about 4 or 5 years ago, this guy was talking about Planet X, and he said that he worked for some space agency, and he was looking at the Hubble Space Telescope that was on the International Space Station. That's all a bunch of lies now. And he said that Planet X was getting closer and closer and closer. And then when it became really big, the Hubble Space Telescope was shut down and nobody can see it. And then at the end of the video, he's like, we should expect this thing to show up at any moment now. Well, Arizona, where is it? It's 5 years and counting now. We're still waiting for it. And let me tell you something. I'm going to put something out there that you mock Christ. I mean, when our Lord died on the cross, there was a giant earthquake and there was great storms. And you're saying because Planet X went by. It wasn't because Planet X went by. It was because our Lord died. That's what that happened. So, and then you say, well, you read it in the Popular Mechanics magazine in 1961. I was thinking, man, well, what if that's a lie? I mean, so much brainwashing. I read the Sunday paper, and I went to the funny cartoons, and sure enough, there was more brainwashing even in the cartoons, because there was one on the cartoon BC, and you see this anteater shooting his tongue out, and behind him is this ant and supposedly his tongue went all around the world and then grabbed the ant from the back. And then the last panel, the anteater says, "Eat your heart out, Magellan." And I read that, I was like, oh man, they don't stop. Well, anyway, going back to Planet X, with this guy saying it's showing up. And my son said, well, the Lord said in the latter days there'll be wondrous things in the sky, in the heavens. And he goes, you don't believe that? He goes, Planet X could be it. And I said, you know what I believe? First of all, I don't believe anything man says that's in the sky. Okay? I do believe the Lord when he said there'll be wondrous things in the sky. But I believe it's going to be things that we never saw before. Those are wondrous things, not things that man makes up. And I told them, my sons, I said, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it amazing that at this time the Lord reveals flat earth to us? And I told my sons, I said, what our Lord did was throw NASA in the pit.